what's up guys? Welcome back to the Van Diesel channel. Before we get started, please hit that subscribe button, like the video, leave a comment down below, helps boost the algorithm. All right, let's get into it. In today's video, we are going over one of my favorite subjects, and that I'm a natty guy, steroids. So it happened again. I was scrolling YouTube and I came across a kid, I believe he's 15, maybe 16, who decided to document his fitness journey on YouTube and decided that it would be a good idea, since he's starting his fitness journey, to get on steroids. You know, I don't know what happened to the gym culture. Back when I was 15, 16, 17 and I started working out and got into the gym, the first thing on my mind was, all right, I'm in the gym, I need to get on creatine. Nowadays it's, I'm in the gym, I gotta get on steroids. Like, where did we go wrong? How did we come to this? You really gotta ask yourself, is it worth it? Now, I'm not going to bring up the kid's name, but the picture in the thumbnail, that's the kid that we're talking about here in the video. And you can see some of the nice side effects he got from taking steroids at 15 years old. And he didn't just decide to take steroids. He decided it would be a good idea to go on 600 milligrams of test at 15, which is mind-blowing. There's some pros that don't even take 600 milligrams of test. I mean, what you are doing at 15 years old when you decide to get on steroids is, one, you are basically just stopping your natty gains, your basic gains that you were going to make as a person, because now you are now on steroids and you are getting artificial gains. Guys, the human body grows naturally until about 25, 26 as far as natural muscle gains. When you start taking steroids at such a young age, you are basically disrupting your natural growth for artificial growth. And the problem with that is, when you come off the steroids, you are not going to be able to go back to growing naturally. It is just mind-boggling. Now, unless you plan on becoming an IFBB pro and competing for your pro card, I really don't know what the point of taking steroids is when you can make these gains naturally and healthy. You are literally taking years off of your life. You really have to ask yourself before you go down this road, is it worth it? Is it worth it just to get these gains a little bit quicker, to put my health in jeopardy, my life in jeopardy, basically? I mean, who knows what this kid is taking besides the 600 mgs of test? Because you saw the picture. Is it worth it to look like that to gain a couple more pounds of muscle? I really don't think so. I mean, people have to realize that not just steroids, drugs in general, whether it be performance-enhancing drugs, over-the-counter drugs, recreational drugs, prescription drugs, for every positive that they give you, there is a negative. So let me explain this a little bit better. Any drug, even down to Tylenol, however it affects you positively, it is affecting you equally negatively. Me personally, I try not to take drugs, medicine, unless it's absolutely needed. I know people out there that at the drop of a hat, they have a stuffy nose, they take antibiotics. They eat Tylenol every day like it's candy. You really don't know the damage you're causing on your insides by doing that. And on top of it, you do that enough, the medicine just doesn't work. You take antibiotics enough, and then when you really need them, they are not going to work. Now, with steroids, the stronger the steroid you take, for example, let's say Trembolone, which is one of the stronger steroids out there. Yeah, you're going to gain muscle super fast, you're going to get super strong, and you're going to get super big. But all those positives that you are getting, you are equally getting negative side effects. You might not see the negative side effects, so you don't realize that they're happening, but on the inside of your body, they are causing irreversible damage. The same goes for over-the-counter drugs, prescription drugs. I want you to remember this, if nothing else. For every positive you get from any kind of drug you take, be it steroids, recreational, over-the-counter, prescription, every positive it gives you, it is giving you an equal negative that will affect you later in life. Believe me, I've seen it. I've seen it with close friends, seen it with family members. There's no way around it. There's no magic pill that doesn't have side effects. And sooner or later, you're going to have to pay the price for what you're doing. It's really not worth it. Like I said, unless you're going to really try and become an IFBB pro bodybuilder and get on stage and compete, there's really no point in taking steroids when you can make these gains naturally. I mean, and it's not just steroids. Growth hormone, I mean, growth hormone, use your heads here. Growth hormone makes you grow. But guess what? It makes everything grow. It makes your heart grow. And I don't know if you know this, but having an enlarged heart is not a good thing. If you have some kind of tumor, it will make that grow. If you are losing your hair slowly, it will speed up that process. Guys, it is just really not worth it when you can do it naturally. All it takes is a little dedication and a little hard work, and you could get the same results. Now, I think part of the problem is that there's certain celebrities out there who claim to be natty, and it is so obvious to anyone who has any idea what they're doing in the gym that these people are not natural. But you get these young teenagers who are very easily influenced by them, and they actually believe that they can make these gains naturally, when in reality, you can't. I'm gonna give you a good example. I'm sure everybody knows The Rock. Have you guys seen The Rock lately? He literally looks like he aged about 20 years in a couple months, and I'm gonna tell you why. The Rock claims he's been natty basically his whole life. I believe he said he took steroids once when he was 18 and he didn't like it and he never did it again. Well, I'll tell you the truth about that. The Rock has been on steroids consistently for years and years. When you get a chance, go look back at The Rock's days in WWE. Maybe around the late 90s, early 2000s when he was at his height of popularity. Go look at his physique. He was muscular. He had a good physique. Okay. Go look at his physique a couple years later when he was in movies like Pain and Gain, or basically any of his movies. Go look at his last movie where he played Mark Kerr, the Smashing Machine. There is no way a guy in his 50s can gain muscle naturally and look bigger and more cut than he did when he was in his prime in his 30s. It is an impossibility. All right, the reason why The Rock looks the way he does now is because he had a heart attack. It's out there on YouTube. You can look it up. He basically had a heart attack, and he was told, listen, if you do not come off the steroids, you are not going to be here. And I think The Rock put two and two together and realized, all right, what just happened to Hulk Hogan? You know, there's a lot of people that have been into working out and bodybuilding that have been passing away lately. And somebody who loves working out as much as The Rock wouldn't just lose all this weight for no reason. I mean, yeah, he said it was for a movie role coming up. Obviously, he's got to play it off because, according to The Rock, he's natty. So he ain't going to let the cat out of the bag now. He's going to continue that lie until God knows what. And I hope The Rock's okay. I mean, he seems to be off the juice now. He's definitely lost a lot of his size and weight. And I think he realizes it, like, okay, I'm starting to feel all the negative side effects for all the years I've been doing what I've been doing. But he's never going to come out and claim that he was on this stuff now. It's just too late at this point. He's got to stick with his story. So use that as an example of what can happen to you from abusing steroids. And starting in your teens is probably the most dangerous thing to do. Because, like I said, you're not even fully grown yet. The body grows naturally until about the age of 25, 26. So you can make natty gains up until that time. So if you are going to decide to go down the road of taking steroids, please at least wait until you're 25 or 26 and you've achieved everything you could naturally. If you start at 15 years old, you are doing such irreversible damage to yourself that there really is no coming back from it. I mean, look at the picture on the thumbnail. That's just the negative side effects on the outside of your body. On the inside of your body, the stuff that's going on, you have no idea. And yeah, you might not see those negative side effects now. You might not see them a year from now. But 10 years from now, when you're in your late 20s, early 30s, and you start seeing them, you're really going to ask yourself, was it really worth it doing this at 15 years old just so I can make these gains a little bit quicker than I could have naturally? Guys, please, I'm begging you, if I could convince even one person to stay away from steroids, it's all worth it. Just do it naturally. Eat food, drink food, sleep, train, repeat. That's all you have to do. Train hard, try and consistently train harder, and just do it naturally, do it healthy. You want to be doing this stuff until your 40s and 50s. I'm going to be 45 in about 3 weeks, and I've never felt better. And hopefully, I pray that I'll be doing this for another 20 years. So please, if nothing else, stay natural. It is so not worth it. It really isn't. You're not impressing anybody by being jacked at 15 years old. It's really not worth your health. So please think long and hard before you decide to go down that road. Because once you go down that road, it is very hard to get off of it. Once you start seeing the gains you're going to make from taking steroids, it's just psychologically very, very hard to stop. I've seen it with close friends, and you do not want to do it. Trust me. All right, guys, that's it for now. Like the video, leave a comment down below.